Hi, this is Lisa Orta, and I wanted to go over some of the perhaps more subtle points of character development and revelation that Adrian Tomine uses in his graphic novel Shortcomings. On page 35, towards the end of chapter 1, we see Ben driving Miko to the airport. She is going to the airport to presumably be an intern at the Asian American Independent Film Institute. Ben has taken a day off work so that he can drive her from Berkeley to the Oakland airport. And on the way in the car, you see that Miko is sipping her coffee. And originally or initially, Ben is telling her, I'm going to miss you, and she's saying, oh, it's only going to be for a short time. And then Ben's mood kind of turns on a dime when they hit traffic, and he gets sort of very impatient. And then we get to page 36, and now he's kind of in a bad mood. He says maybe she's going to miss her flight, and they load her luggage up into the cart. And then you can see graphically they walk this way to the airport, and his car is sitting in the parking lot. And then we get to our next page, page 37, and here is Ben walking back to the car. He gets back in the car. He sees that Miko has left her coffee on the dash, and he takes it and he takes a sip out of it. But it's important to notice, I think, that there's a lid on the coffee when he picks it up, and then when he takes a sip, there's no more lid, which I think is very much in keeping with his character. He's kind of a picky guy. He's not going to share a coffee lid even with his girlfriend. So he's taken the lid off, he takes a sip, he's thinking a bit, and then he splashes the remainder of the coffee out onto the parking lot asphalt. And I think that that also shows a big transition with him. He's kind of done with Miko for now. He's done with that episode of his life. And when he drives away from the airport, he's kind of leaving all of her behind, the way that he has poured the coffee onto the parking lot asphalt. Then later in the novel, in chapter 3, Ben goes to New York to see Miko, and he's found out that she's actually seeing somebody else. But what's interesting is this is the moment where they kind of hash it out. They hash out their breakup. And what I really like about the way Tomine does this is it's at this point in the novel that we find out what was said during that time that we didn't see them on the screen when we only saw the car in the parking lot. So she says, do you remember our last conversation at the airport, or has your selective memory blocked that out? You were in one of your moods, and I asked you to send me off on a good note so that I'd have a reason to want to come home. And do you remember what you did? You said that's up to you and walked away. So now we know what the exchange was between them. And it certainly wasn't very sentimental. It certainly wasn't very romantic. And Ben obviously stayed in his foul mood, which wasn't much of an inspiration for Miko to try to put their relationship in a more positive light. So his response then on page 101 is, oh, so this is my fault. That's great. And they go on to have that kind of argument that couples often have after they break up. That's not the point, Ben. I just think it was time to let it go for both of us. And then he goes on to kind of be angry with her about what's gone on between her and this new boyfriend. So I wanted to show you in this short video how when you pay attention to close details, you can see that the graphic novelist is using graphics as well as words to develop plot and to develop character.